So to all the parents out there working, struggling for project night, we're with you here in Central Alabama. I'm Andrew Kingsley for the Passages Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Oh,
yes.
That is awesome.
That's so great.
Well done, sir.
Wow. Welcome. You're listening to Passages. I'm here with all the guys this week. We really enjoyed having Taylor last week, but it's good to have Tim back. Tim, welcome.
Thanks a lot. Glad to be back.
You sound better.
Feel
Tim was a
better.
little under the weather.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thankful for Taylor for taking my spot. He did a wonderful job.
And thank you for shaving that stuff off your face. Oh, wait, that wasn't you
That
last
was
week.
not
Sorry,
me.
that was the gag we tried.
I don't think y'all tricked
it worked.
anyone.
No, I don't think so.
But have to look at me again this week. So for the fans that are now dropping off because Taylor's not here again,
Yeah,
we're sorry.
We'll compare viewership.
We'll bring him back another
after,
day.
yeah. Well, I have a rebuttal to something that was said last week.
This
Jason,
program's becoming very interactive.
It is, and I love it.
I do too.
This is
I'm standing by everything I said last week.
This is titled "Letter to a Jason Pullum."
To a Jason
Hey,
Pullum.
so it could be this one or
I am
another
the
one.
Jason Pullum.
I mean, this person was very not happy with you last week.
Okay. Well, tell him to bring it.
All right, here he goes. Jason. I have to read it in the as it was written. Jason.
I'm glad they didn't know my middle name.
I do not appreciate your attacks on phone calls and voicemails, or your accusations of my generation typing with 2 fingers.
Oh, this is from my dad. There's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt because he does type with 2 fingers on a good day.
I will have you know that in 4th grade, we took a typing class and we were not allowed to finger hunt, as Miss Broom called it. It's like, tick, 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 tick. Sometimes I even type with 1.
It's true. I've seen it happen.
Can you do that?
Yes. I'm pretty sure a toddler can.
Is it hard to type with 1 finger?
Slow, maybe.
Yeah.
Hard. Okay. You can ask my father for witness testimony to my typing skills. But they are not as good as his because he's a computer guy.
Oh.
Does he give it away yet? Now, as a hostess, I have grown quite fond of phone calls because
This is a
people
woman.
answer the phone. And if they don't answer, they're going to call you back.
This is Kinley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they don't answer, they aren't going to call you back if you didn't leave a voicemail, because why would they call you back if they don't know what you're calling about?
I didn't say you couldn't leave a voicemail. I just said, don't say, call me back.
And
You wanted content.
there's a lot of
in
ands
that
here.
voicemail.
Yeah.
And from my experience in my personal life, people don't answer my texts because texting can be inconvenient. You can't always use your hands.
Wait, texting is more inconvenient than a phone call?
That's what it says.
No way.
Well, if you're driving with the Bluetooth, you can
what if you
use the
don't
speaker.
like human communication and interaction?
She's talking about hands-free communication.
I can use hands-free,
Keeping them
can
at
text
10
hands-free
and
in my
2.
truck, yeah.
Yeah, but that could be a proofreading nightmare.
Mm.
You can wind up sending some stuff you did not intend to send.
That is true.
You have to be careful.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
You can't always use your hands. It's easier to just tell someone what you have to say than type it out.
Mm.
What if it's really, really important and your dad won't answer you?
Oh, that hit
now
close to home.
now we turned in a different direction.
You have to call him because that gets people's attention. Now, I will agree that I don't like listening to voicemails or voice notes. However, on iPhones, there's a beautiful thing called a transcript, and you can read it.
Oh, but I'm American, so I don't use the communist devices.
Our phones are
You're
made
not
in the
gonna
same
have any
country.
friends on that
Yeah,
point.
our phones are made in the same country. So when you don't want to type out a big long message or do voice type because it's horrible, you can't send a voice note, and then the other person Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Let me start that over.
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't want to type out a big long message or do a voice type because it's horrible, you can send a voice note and then the other person can read it. And as Taylor said, sometimes it's just nice to call someone.
Gen
And
Z is bringing back the old tech.
Wow.
yeah, another and I think that you should be more understanding of phone calls because what if I can't use my hands? I can say, "Hey Siri, call so and so." And then it's very convenient.
And for another thing,
It's very convenient to have a conversation while your hands are busy.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
and
Thumbs up emoji,
Oh no.
Yes.
Kinley Joe Birch, sent from
Thank
my
you, Kinley.
iPhone.
Kinley.
Kinley
I
1,
love you like
Jason
one of my
0.
one of my own children, but you're wrong.
She made some pretty good points.
I don't know.
She made some good points.
I mean, I can say to my phone, "Hey Google, send a text," and sorry,
Yep, and there you
And,
go.
will
and
do
you
it.
just did.
it will do it.
Well, same thing over here on
mean-
the iPhone side of the world.
And then I don't have to have small talk or conversation. I can be direct. All right, maybe she's right. I will
Just
Kinley,
yeah.
I will take it into consideration, and I will maybe agree to 10% of what you've said being correct.
That's a win.
That is a win.
For Jason to agree to 10%. That's a win.
Congratulations, Kinley.
Well, fellas, we received some fan mail that is actually fan mail.
Oh,
In the
wow.
past, we've said fan mail, and it's turned out to be hate mail, really, or some refutation of something we claimed or something.
But if you're
like-
not being criticized, you're not trying, Drew.
well, I think it's nice every
But I
once in
like
a while
being
to get a
complimented
break.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a very nice letter addressed to the distinguished gentleman of the Passages podcast.
Wow.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Who are they talking?
So we got to get those guys in here so they
That's
can
what I
read
was
it.
going to say.
They'll be here next week.
I've written this letter from a Cracker Barrel on a Friday morning for 2 reasons. Inside joke there. Remember we used to meet at Cracker Barrel on Friday
Have some
mornings?
breakfast
That's
there,
right.
yeah.
For years we did that. 2 reasons. First, to congratulate, and secondly, to submit a proposal.
Oh.
I'd like to congratulate you for achieving the incredible milestone of 100 episodes. In a world where 90% of podcasts wither and die after just 3 episodes, yes, that's a real stat, you have blessed the craft with nearly 140 hours of pure auditory magnificence. I don't want to be too dramatic, but the Passages podcast is undeniably standing at the absolute zenith of podcasting.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's so good, in fact, that there's only one podcast that I would put in the same sentence, and that podcast is, of course, the world-renowned masterpiece, the 66
Oh,
podcast.
this is Andrew Kingsley.
Yeah. I figured you'd get it on that one. On to the proposal. The local news has its weatherman, sports anchor, investigative reporter, and then there's that one guy that they send to random locations for no discernible reason to report on something we didn't hear about because we stopped paying attention after James Spann left the screen. Is it time for the Passages podcast to hire a correspondent? A correspondent for what, you may ask? Well, for anything really, but why not keep it a mystery? Think of the anticipation of going to your correspondent out in the field and having absolutely no idea where he is, why he's there, or what he's going to say. Your correspondent could be reporting live from the T-ball fields of Central Alabama the night before the big game. The possibilities are truly endless.
Oh, I like this.
I took the liberty to send a resume and a reference. Just in case the position does indeed become available, I am prepared to clear my schedule for an interview at any time, especially tonight during your show. Sincerely, Passages superfan and future correspondent, Andrew Kingsley.
All
Oh,
right.
man, we raised that kid right.
Yeah.
Very interesting proposal there.
The best part is the resume.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, so Andrew sent us a resume. We've got all the contact information
Is
there.
this going to have can stand up or for long periods of time?
He did say he was a fan.
So,
wait, can move 25 pounds.
25
that's right.
pounds.
Yeah.
26 pounds, 26 pounds or something.
Can sentence well.
All right, here we go.
Experience the 66 podcast, co-host 100 episodes. I think it's still available. I think it's still there.
Is
Where
it
you
still
get
out
your
there?
podcast.
I think it's still out there. Other experience, VBS, supporting roles, 7 years. Roles include Monty the Knight and Cannonball Carl's stunt director.
He was the guy that fired the cannon.
Shot Cannonball
Stunt
Carl
director.
clear across
all
the
the way across the
auditorium.
auditorium.
Skills, essential physical abilities. Reach overhead, full arm's length. Asterisk, no other discernible skills.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Education, college, some college.
Some
do
college.
we
Is that
require a
in
college
Michigan?
degree? Do we require a college degree? That's a good question.
Well, it's nice to see it on there.
Yeah.
And he didn't say he had a college degree. He just said some college.
Well, that
I
I'm wondering
thought some
though.
college was the name of the school.
Oh.
That would be a good school name.
Yeah.
Just some college.
Yeah.
I went
I
to some
happen to know
college.
that Andrew
Got a
has
Bachelor of
plenty
Arts
of
from
college.
some college.
Is he a doctor?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Dr. Kingsley.
That kind of doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reference Drew Kaiser, Minister Asheville Road, Church of Christ, 2000 to the present. Phone number, address, all that. So we really need to look into this.
Would you stake your whole reputation as a Passages co-host on this, since he put you down as a reference?
Well,
we have to check our references.
Yeah, I mean,
vigorously.
I did host 100 episodes of the 66
Would you?
with him.
There's the question I always
It's true.
ask when I call references. If the opportunity came about, would you rehire this person?
I would.
Okay.
I went through
That's
a depression.
a really good thing.
I went through a little bit of a depression when he left and closed down the 66 podcast.
And shut down the blue chair.
I said I'll never podcast again. But
Oh.
you guys brought me
Yeah.
back out of the
Well, that's good.
podcasting
You know,
graveyard.
having a correspondent on the ground does sound pretty interesting.
Now he's
Now we're going to our roving reporter.
Who's
He
usually
said-
roving somewhere around Montgomery.
he said he'd do an interview tonight during the show. Are we even hooked up
As
to
soon as you said that, I'm trying to think of how we could get him on here on video.
we may have to work on that during the break or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to use up our viewers' time here tinkering around with the technology. What's weird is we used to be getting calls coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't even know how that worked, how that happened.
No.
Now we can't
it's
figure out how to
because
place the
somebody
call.
kept putting
Yeah.
our name on signs
on
around
the bulletin board at the.
Yeah, the scoreboard there at the football stadium, and I believe there was one on a menu in a pizza restaurant. Tim,
Mhm. I
Yeah.
think you're right.
That's
Very-
right.
well,
Wingstop.
that is great.
that's what it was. Wingstop.
That
Well,
was
Andrew,
great.
we will definitely consider your proposal. It's honor to have you propose that. I mean,
and I really
so-
like the assertiveness.
yeah, he just
I'm
took
a
the
big
bull
fan
by
of
the
that.
horns
That's
and
right.
went
He
with
did,
it.
yeah. I would expect none the less, though.
Yeah.
that could be a
I bet he typed that with more than one finger too.
I
watershed
bet he
moment
did.
for
Yeah.
the Passages podcast.
And there's the time before Andrew sent us this letter, and then the time after.
Mm.
Yep.
Can I go back to Kinley's letter for a second?
Absolutely.
Does she really only type with one or two fingers like this?
Well, on a
Or does she-
phone, probably.
Maybe on a phone, not on a computer.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Because she said typing class, and I was worried for a minute.
Yeah. Well, as she was typing this letter,
Well, I watched my children type, and they type
yeah.
like this.
as she was typing this letter, I made her do a typing test.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a pretty interesting one on called Monkey Type.
Okay.
And basically it gives you, I don't know, 30 seconds and just super random words. So it's kind of a weird typing test because it's not like you're typing a sentence where your
Mhm.
brain can kind of know what's coming up. You type in random words. She typed it like 56 words per minute.
Okay, then she passes.
It's pretty good with random
It
words.
was all 10 fingers.
I'm going to take it up to 15%.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
surprised
Very
that they still have typing class.
That's good.
They did, I guess, in,
Fourth grade,
did she say fourth grade?
Miss
So
Broom.
that,
Oh.
I mean, that was
a long time ago.
8 years ago now.
Patrick,
I had to do some quick math. It was slow in
Yeah,
my head.
you're,
Look
you're getting old,
I
Patrick.
am, I know.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
All right, it is. It's mid-February, and the Super Bowl is behind us last week, and so it's time for baseball. It's time for pitchers and catchers to report to spring training, and So I wanted to bring a little baseball flavor tonight, and wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that feel unique to the game of baseball. And one of the things that is really unique to baseball is the idea, and Major League Baseball in particular, is the idea of the baseball giveaway. You know, they have bobblehead nights,
Yeah.
and I'm sure basketball and football do somewhat. You know, I know that a lot of times basketball and football may give away a shirt so that like the whole place is a certain color or something like that.
But they're not giving away a really cheap baseball glove or a bat.
Bat day, that kind of thing. So, so I wanted to start with a couple of giveaways that this year the Texas Rangers will be doing during their season, near and dear to to
the
Drew's
best
heart.
baseball team.
Absolutely, and the two that I'm going to mention are just two of a season's worth of giveaways, but really the ones that caught out, you know, that stuck in my eye. Patrick, could you go to cut 16? Cut 16. We're going to show here. This was an event that occurred. It may tell us what year it was, but it's been a minute. There at the plate is Vincent Bo Jackson, famous Alabama son, and on the mound is Nolan Ryan. Here we go.
He hits a little topper, and the ball got lost in the raindrops.
The ball split his lip open. Nolan could stick his tongue through his lip right here because it was like cut from there down. He finished that inning somehow. In between innings, he went into the clubhouse. Dr. Mikowski stitched him up, went back out, and finished the game.
You think he was intimidating before? Try facing him with his Ranger uniform just covered with blood. Now that's intimidating.
George Brett.
That was George Brett, yeah. And so as I read it, that was in the second. That was in the second inning of a game. He goes in, he gets stitched up, and he pitches the rest of the game to a win. So the associated giveaway night is going to be the Rangers uniform with the Nolan Ryan blood splatter.
No.
Yes.
That is great.
That is
awesome.
I saw that. I saw an article on that today. That is such a good, good
that
idea.
is so
That
cool.
is going to be a great night. And I don't know how many of those jerseys are giving away, but I think people will be there super early for that. All right. So speaking of Nolan Ryan, and if you think about, you know, there's so many great things about Nolan Ryan's career. We could talk about it forever. But one of the moments that really sticks out is an interaction that he had with Robin Ventura.
Oh, it's one of the best.
And so, Patrick, if you'll go to cut 4, we're going to take a look here at Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura.
Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out. Look at this.
All right, so there you have Ventura, you know, who was a good, solid major league third baseman. He actually came up and played in Birmingham on his way up to the White Sox when the Barons were, I think, their AA affiliate. And so Ventura gets plunked by Nolan Ryan. Can't be any fun to be hit by a Nolan Ryan fastball. But you saw him start down the first base line and make one of the worst decisions in the history of baseball as he dropped his bat and his helmet and started toward the mound. Now, I think if you really look at it closely, and you can go and check this out on YouTube on your own there, but I think about 2 steps towards the mound,
He knew he was in
thought,
trouble.
why in the world did I do this?
And this
Yeah, he
wasn't young Nolan Ryan either. This is near the end of
This
Nolan
is-
Ryan's
This
career.
is probably mid-40s Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
So Ventura heads onto the mound, as you saw there. His next mistake is he ducked his head as he got to the mound. He was just going to sort of bull rush him, I think. Well, Nolan Ryan is a good old farm boy, and he doesn't play. And so he just whipped that arm there in a little lock, put him in a headlock, and tore that head up with his other fist.
I think Robin Ventura had 3 thoughts. The first one was walk to first base.
Mm-hmm.
The second was, no, I'm going to charge the mound. And the third one was, what in the world am I doing?
Right.
Oh, when Nolan Ryan throws his glove down and just squares up waiting on him.
Oh, no, he's ready for me. That's what Robin Ventura is.
He's not running.
Right.
He's not running.
Right.
Doesn't look scared of me.
He's just ready to go. And so the giveaway night, apparently there is going to be, and I couldn't find a picture of it. I can't wait. But apparently there is going to be a Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura bobblehead night.
Are they going to be?
And I think it might be.
Oh, that is awesome.
Now, that might be worth a trip to Texas.
Let's do it.
Robin Ventura doesn't seem like the type of guy that would like that kind of thing.
I don't think he would like it at all, right? But
so, no lawsuit. I don't know if
and maybe that won't.
He made a bad choice. You got to live with those consequences.
But when they said it was a Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura bobblehead night, what else could it be?
It's got to be him in a headlock.
It's got to be.
I love it.
So that one's going to be fun. So from there today, I sort of, my mind started going down, going down the road of what were some of the worst giveaways. If you give away stuff at a ball game, sometimes things can go wrong. And Patrick, if you'll go to clip 37, this was one of the worst decisions a baseball team ever made for giveaway night.
As bad as this was, the Dodgers once did a promotion so dumb they had to forfeit the game. They gave away 53,000 toy baseballs. This seemed like a good idea until a couple bad calls happened and people started throwing the baseballs onto the field. After a delay to clean up the balls, there were more questionable calls and 2 ejections. So Dodgers fans threw thousands of toy baseballs onto the field. The umpires decided the game could not go on, so the Dodgers had to forfeit because they gave away 53,000 toy baseballs.
Okay,
that was Tommy Lasorda that was arguing, right?
Yeah, and so apparently things go wrong, and it just happened to be toy baseball night. So we're just gonna So I think there were like 3 different events during the game when the baseballs rained down on the field, and finally, I think it was like the 9th inning with 1 out. They called the game, and the Dodgers had to forfeit.
That is awesome.
Because of that. So that was one that really stood out. I want to say, and I didn't get a chance to do enough research to find it, I think there was one maybe at Yankee Stadium where it was bat day. Another questionable call, depending on how many bats you give out, especially.
Let's give everyone in New York a weapon.
And I think the bats started making their way out
mini
onto
bats,
the field.
though, right?
I'm not
small
sure.
ones.
I think... Well, I've
been to a bat day before.
I don't remember
bat day,
the souvenir bat, right?
Souvenir bat.
I'll have to check that one. Do a little more research there. This one is the one that sticks in my mind as maybe the biggest all time, and it wasn't really a giveaway. But Patrick, we're going to wrap this up with cut 21, please, if you will run that one.
Disco Demolition Night is one of the most chaotic and infamous games in Major League Baseball history. The whole concept of Disco Demolition Night was to blow up a bunch of old disco records in between games of a doubleheader between the White Sox and Tigers at Comiskey Park. Fans were encouraged to bring their old disco albums to toss onto the pile, and officials had hoped that around 20,000 people would fill up the venue. Instead, Comiskey Park nearly sold out with 50,000 plus people packing into the seats, and it soon became bedlam. After the first game, the sold-out crowd of about 45,000, plus those who had hopped the turnstiles to get into the stadium, watched the explosion of the disco records in right field and stormed the field. Tens of thousands of people rushed the field, stealing anything from debris to the bats of the teams as fires broke out on the outfield. The White Sox were forced to forfeit the second game of the doubleheader as the crowd had become too reckless. Like and follow for more cool baseball stories like this.
That is really cool. I've never heard of that.
I don't understand.
Okay.
First of all, was he saying Comiskey?
Comiskey. Yeah,
he didn't say it that way, though.
But it's Comiskey Park.
Comiskey.
Right. So this was the White Sox, and they had a doubleheader, and there was a rock DJ. So this was the late 70s, right? And so the disco versus rock music, challenge was big. And this guy was a rock DJ, and he basically just wanted to have this event where people brought their disco records and they blew them up. And I think he promoted it a lot on his radio station. Clearly must have been popular. They didn't expect a big crowd. The place sells out. People jump in turnstiles. And so in between the two games, he blows these records up. And when he does, the place just goes berserk.
Now, I had trouble understanding where he was blowing them up.
It was on the field.
It looked like on the field.
Why would they allow
in the
that?
outfield.
It looked like they had a tabletop thing. They had them on.
It's crazy, right? And so
there's a little liability issue there, probably.
But it was 1979. They didn't think about
That's a
that
great
kind of
year.
thing as much, and so
And
he blew
sometimes
them
I
up.
wish we'd go back to
and
those
then you
days.
just see people pouring out of the stands, and they couldn't restore order, and that was the end of that night. So yeah, that was a famous one, Disco Demolition Night in Chicago.
Now, Tim, would you have thrown your disco records in?
I believe, I don't know that I had any records that qualified as disco.
Tim, respect.
I don't think I ever on the RCA One Penny Club ever ordered the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Right.
I think I stayed away from
No
that.
Bee Gees in your collection?
No, but I did get, when we were in Russia, I got the complete works of the Bee Gees.
That used to be so funny until now, with streaming, but we would buy
Oh man,
MP3 collections for
and it was
pennies on the dollar.
Right, it was a single CD, right, and it had one of them was every album that Aerosmith had ever produced, and so it was on one CD. So definitely high quality, right? But
ethically ambiguous.
Right. All right. So play ball. It's going to be a fun baseball season.
I love that they're tying the giveaways back to Nolan Ryan too. I think that's really a cool tribute to him.
I feel like there was a little time there fairly recently that they weren't giving him his due. Am I right about that?
Maybe so.
He left. He was working there for a while, coaching, and then he left.
And he was with, I think he's been in the Astros
Yeah,
front
right.
office,
To a
right?
different- yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure.
So I'm glad they're paying tribute to him because they were, even though they won a couple of World Series or won the World Series later, I feel like maybe it's just because I was living there at the time. They were more popular when Nolan Ryan was with them.
Yeah.
He was just entertaining to watch.
Man, he was a cool dude.
And wasn't you, sorry, Jason, wasn't you that told me that he really threw faster than what the radars were registering?
I think so. I think I did see a story about that.
With today's technology, it'd be
Right.
like 106, 110 mile hour fastballs.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. And he was 60 years old and threw out a first pitch for them, and then I think they clocked at 86. I mean, he's just unreal.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing guy. Well, gentlemen, I need to put a trigger warning out for this discussion. It's probably good that I have a counseling session this week because there was an event this weekend that really created some traumatic memories.
Ooh.
I would like to talk about the Super Bowl. And in depth, I want to talk, not in depth, but I want to talk about the halftime show.
Oh, me.
And how I was triggered by it.
Which one?
The actual.
Yeah, which one?
Okay.
The one with.
That's we have to ask that.
The
these
one
days.
with Baby Bunny or Bad Bunny. Sorry, I got it. Sorry.
I like Baby Bunny.
So I know before the Super Bowl, there was some stink about the halftime show because there were some requirements that were being put out for people to be part of the performance. You had to meet certain criteria. I was trying to find them. I had found them earlier.
To be like one of those grass stalks or whatever that ran out on the field, you had to.
Tim, just
okay. Sorry.
let me read you some of the things that they required.
Not mine.
You're getting ahead of the story,
Sorry.
Tim.
My bad.
The role, here are the requirements. Height between 5'10" and 6'1". I think all of us in the room could probably Okay, 3 of us in the room could probably have been on there.
Not me.
Ability to wear and move in costumes weighing up to 40 pounds. We're down to Patrick can do this. Ability to wear costumes that fully cover the body, including head and arms and feet for extended periods. Tim definitely could not do that.
No way. Santa Claus.
He'd tap out
It'd be
for a
called
few
the
seconds.
Santa Claus 2. Right?
The return.
Comfort working in close proximity to other performers for extended periods. I'm out. Ability to stand and walk for extended periods of time. Ability to learn and execute movement directions. And the ability to move quickly across the field and work under time pressure. All sounds a little challenging. Preferred experience, marching arts background, marching band, color guard, drill team, or similar. Understanding of stage directions and spatial awareness, and experience performing precise movements in sync with a group. And these were the requirements to be hired on to the halftime show as one of the performers on the field.
Mm.
I don't know if they told these performers ahead of time what they would be doing, but as Tim alluded to, there was a certain number of people that were dressed as plants. If you saw the halftime show, there were what looked like grass on the field, right? Well, the grass on the field were people in costume. Patrick, I should have sent you a picture of this guy peeking out of the costume.
Mm-hmm. If you want to send it, I can slip it in here.
It's
not right this second.
It's okay. People
in post.
Google grass costume, you'll find it.
We can, as they say, we can do that in post.
Oh, okay.
So,
but seeing people dance in costumes that were foliage triggered
Foliage? Like your hat over there?
You mean like
no
foliage?
Foliage. Did I do it again? Foil.
Oh, keep doing it. It's
Foliage.
good.
Seeing I'm triggered, Tim. Stop. This isn't funny.
So this is he's
I'm
opening
about
up.
to
He's
get
opening up
vulnerable,
to
Tim.
us.
I'm sorry.
I'm about to expose a lot from my past.
Okay.
Not
Yeah, we're on video now. So
no, in a figurative manner, not a
Okay,
literal
all right.
manner.
Just making sure.
Seeing people dressed as plant life triggered me,
Okay.
and it sent me back to 1985.
1985. Were you born yet?
I was born.
You're just a youngster.
I was part of Miss Hurst's kindergarten. Guys, on K5 graduation,
Oh.
the kindergarten got up, and part of graduation was we put on a little musical number and 2 plays. Now, the musical numbers were from the Mickey Mouse Club, all of those kind of songs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much about those. I've tried to block this, and through years of therapy, I've started to recover some of these memories that have been repressed and
All
suppressed.
right.
The 2 plays that you could be a part in for graduation were Little Red Riding Hood and Peter Rabbit. Well, Jason was not a very normal child, and he wasn't a very cool kid. So Little Red Riding Hood was just right out. He couldn't be in that. I mean, I couldn't be a wolf. I wasn't cool enough to be a wolf.
That would have been the coolest role.
I wanted to be a hunter. They got to wear jeans, plaid flannel shirts. They had little beards drawn on. They carried an axe. I mean, not that I remember it like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Britton got to be a hunter. It kind of hurt my heart a little bit.
Did you try out for the role of hunter?
I don't think they ever, I think the weird kid sitting in the corner by himself wasn't chosen for the hunter. No, Tim. They had a much more special role for Jason. So Jason was cast in Peter Rabbit, and your options are like Mr. McGregor. Sounds like a great character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grouchy. I don't know if I was back then. I can't remember, but I'm kind of grouchy. I wouldn't mind, taking it out on a bunny. I'm fine with that. No, I wasn't cast as that. So you got Peter the Rabbit. It wasn't very athletic, so Peter was out because he has to hop around the bunny trail, and he's got to run, get away. I can still hear it in my head. Run, Peter, run. Run, Peter, run. Don't stop running. Please keep running. Run, Peter, run. It just plays like a loop. It's awful.
That was...
It's
getting painful, guys.
Yeah.
It's a scary loop there.
Yeah.
So Jason was cast in a very important role in Peter Rabbit.
Was it foliage related?
Well,
Yeah. And are we speaking in third person of ourselves now?
I think I am now. I've like I said, I'm in therapy mode.
Hey, you're going to send him over the edge,
Stop.
Patrick.
Yeah, stop. I'm going to need another Diet Dr. Pepper if you don't stop this. Okay, that's enough. Stop it. All right, you got to stop it. So, all these other characters are being cast. And young
And
5-year-old
Jason? Yes.
me.
There you go.
And also
was you,
starring
Jason.
Was me.
Jason as
The Gooseberry Bush. They took me. Patrick, it's not funny.
How did that make you feel?
I'm actually watching it though.
crushed-
It's so funny.
It crushed my soul.
You can throw that up, can't you?
You know, the parents sitting in the audience.
Oh, yes. So, is the Gooseberry Bush
I
in
don't
this
know
play?
what this is.
Is this
no,
not right?
this is about Peter in the Bible.
Oh.
There's no rabbits
But
in
it's
that.
the
Patrick.
same.
It was
It's
the
very
song you
similar to the
sang.
song.
Oh man! All right.
I did
So-
think I heard Jesus in there, and
Maybe-
so I was-
maybe
In my
you did.
head,
All right.
I picture the dad standing around. Tim, what's your son doing in the play? Well, my son's the wolf. Drew, how about your son? Well, my
Woodsman.
son's Hunter, woodsman. Jimmy, what's your son? Get the beeper ready. He's that Bush. So,
Gooseberry's
guys,
not a bad word.
I come out on stage. In my memory, I had on green sweats, green felt leaves, safety pinned on me.
And
Green face paint, Tim. Green face paint. I hate the thought of face paint. I think that's where my phobia of having things covering my face may come from because I don't like things touching my face.
and clowns.
Clowns.
I think we're
the play
discovering a
starts.
lot here.
The play starts. This has
were
taken
there
years of therapy.
Were there any gooseberries?
I don't know if I had a gooseberry or not.
What is a gooseberry?
Well, it's a gooseberry.
What does a gooseberry look like?
They're red. I do believe they're red.
Okay.
I haven't done a lot of research into that because it's painful. Thanks for asking that question.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So the play starts and Peter, he's running for Mr. McGregor and he gets in the story, he gets caught up in the gooseberry bush, right? And he's struggling because the gooseberry bush has him by the coat. Well, the gooseberry bush in this story was supposed to unbutton the coat and then Peter was supposed to run out of the coat.
You had one job.
A little chubby fingered, husky, kindergarten version of me, which is not much different than nearly 50 version of me, couldn't get it unbuttoned. And Peter had to unbutton his own coat and then flee, leaving me holding the coat. I had one job and I failed at that one job. And for, I don't know, 42 years, 3 years, it's haunted me.
Long time.
It's haunted me for years. And then I see on national television this awful performer singing awful lyrics in a foreign language. And in the background, I see people. Hang on, I'm crying.
Take your time.
It's okay.
Actually, that's the eye that always waters. I'll be okay.
You're in a safe place.
I see hundreds of people on the field suffering the shame and the horror of being cast as a bush.
I think they're okay, though.
As just being grass.
I think they're all right.
Being weeds.
It's not
But
your
you know
fault.
what they did that I couldn't
Foliage.
do? They danced. They followed instructions. And they didn't have to take anybody's coat off.
Not even Bad Bunnies.
It was a rough, it triggered me. I'm glad I have therapy. David, if you're listening, which I know you're not.
Peter Rabbit, Bad Bunny.
It's a lot, Tim.
Lot
It's
of
a lot.
rabbit going on there.
But I needed to get that story out tonight and confess that is something that has haunted
It's time
me
to
for
release.
It explains
It's time
a lot.
42
It's time
years.
to
Yeah.
put it behind you.
And I talked to my parental units tonight as they were leaving, and I am going to see if I can procure some footage.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Please.
There is a VHS cassette because I have seen it once in horror. My parents would show it to me. Look, there you are. You're the dumb bush.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get it out.
I'm gonna show you something that's gonna make you feel better.
Okay, please do, Patrick. Because right now I'm feeling pain.
Yeah,
pain.
Somewhere in the
vulnerable.
90s,
Mhm,
I was in, I don't know, second grade,
Okay.
and we also had a school play, and I actually have a clip of it right here.
Patrick, I love you for this.
You don't get this on any other show, folks.
You don't. Give me just a second.
All right.
Oh, this is awesome.
Good production quality there.
Yeah. So I don't remember what year this was. I was attending Highlands Day School,
Okay.
which is over on Old Leeds Road.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was in
My brother
second.
used to teach there.
Really?
Mhm.
That's, I mean, small world.
Yeah.
I went there for like 1 year. I think it was second grade. But we did a little ditty called of Mozart, of Mice and Mozart.
Oh, wow.
And I have this queued up at probably the only place that I'm actually in it. But
Are you on the end with the bunny
do you
rabbit
see
ears?
me?
I see you.
I am a mouse.
I see you. Thank you for
You looked
sharing
great.
this. This
Yeah.
makes me feel better.
Yeah.
But I have one question.
Mhm.
Were you a bush?
I was not. I was a mouse, though.
At least you had a soul.
I mean, I guess.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think
Hey,
you did.
you know what I'll say is
Thank you.
sadly, that
Yeah.
was the best analysis of the Super Bowl halftime show I've heard this week.
Oh, it was awful. I didn't really watch it, but when I heard about this, I was
But
a
yours
little
was
triggered.
original.
Yeah,
it was
it was.
fresh.
It was true.
It was not as annoying as all the other opinions I've been hearing all week on that show.
And it's going to, cost me a little bit of time in therapy this week, but that's okay.
And way to keep it out of the politics. I mean, you made it
No,
personal, made
I
it a
did.
personal thing.
Well, you got to make it your own. You
Just
got to
went
own
straight
it.
for the people stalks.
But thank you for letting me share that. And if footage happens to make its way,
Oh, we would love.
I will
to see that.
try to get y'all
A passage
the
is
ability
exclusive.
to view it. My most humiliating moment. Well, it's not the most. Probably not even the top 5. But it's it's in there.
There's a lot to choose from.
All right, boys. I have a surprise.
Oh.
I have been over here conspiring for the last 42 minutes. And
What?
Oh,
Who
there he
is that
is,
guy?
Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
What's up, gentlemen? How are you guys?
this
Oh,
is a
man.
surprise.
I am
I was
so
wondering
stoked
what Patrick
right
was
now.
doing over there.
Technology
Man,
is
Patrick can do
amazing.
Yeah.
anything.
Let me tell you guys how awesome it is to listen to this show live. It's somehow even better than listening to it when it comes out on Fridays. It's fantastic.
he's been listening probably since the middle of your story.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was great. I came on right as you were reading the qualifications to be attorney
at the
in
beginning,
Super Bowl
sorry.
halftime show. It was great.
Foliage, please, not foliage. I learned that tonight.
It
Word
was
for the day.
Oh man.
So we read your resume, and
Okay, great. You got it.
we'd like to offer you a position.
Wait, I thought we had to interview
wonderful.
him first.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I forgot. This is the interview.
Yeah, what we've set up here though is his initial interview remote correspondence
Yeah.
spot. What do you call it? What
I don't know. We gotta
come up with a name for
guys
this.
call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have the first question
Special
for the
report.
interview. This is very important to be a part of Passages. Are you able, with no preparation whatsoever, to lay down your part first take?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
prepared.
Okay, he's in.
We are one take wonders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Each one of us.
It's Wednesday night, and
Yeah.
we don't have time for a second.
I did confirm
I agree.
he
I agree.
he did not know that he was going to be on tonight. So I did confirm. I don't believe he has prepped anything.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
we're-
that's good.
I figured this would happen next week or the week after. I was completely unprepared, but also totally prepared.
Well,
I've been thinking about this
So-
for weeks. I've been plotting this for over a month now.
I absolutely love it, and I think it was a great idea. Which camera is he on? Because I know that
He can't see us.
Okay, so
I
I don't
can't
have to
see you
keep
guys.
looking
I can't
around.
see.
If,
All right,
if
yeah.
this becomes a real thing, we'll have to make some adjustments
Yes.
so he can see us.
He'll have to be funny.
Well, yeah, he'll have to be funny to stay on, and then he earns his own camera.
Yeah. Can
I'll
you
at
make
least be
your
funny
children
to
laugh?
at.
Can you make your
Oh
children
yeah,
laugh?
all
Okay.
the time. I just
Okay.
make Kendall laugh hysterically. And if you need a test interview, I can show you how. Or if you need like me to do a test field report, I'm prepared to have a story ready.
You have one ready right now?
I have one prepared as of the last. How long have I been on this call? 16 minutes. I prepared one 20 minutes ago.
Let's do it.
Let's do
All
it.
right, let's do it.
I'm
We've got time.
on board.
Okay.
Hang
You
on.
need a
Let's
test?
cast to you now in the field. Our special correspondent, Andrew Kingsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Central Alabama. I'm coming to you live from one of the homes in Montgomery, Alabama, where it's the night before a major project is due. And wouldn't you know, here working on site, I have two lovely ladies finalizing the project. What time was bedtime?
All right.
Bedtime was almost 2 hours ago. Does that matter on project night?
No.
Of course not.
No.
We're still up grinding at 9:15. So ladies, do you mind showing me around? Let me give you the mic here before you talk.
Why does your mic look like a remote control?
Oh,
We're on child number Valentine's to assemble and prepare.
Walk us through your design here, ma'am, please.
oh, wow. Are we freezing up?
Oh no, we're
Uh-oh.
buffering.
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
We're gonna have to work on
man.
some of the technical aspects.
Okay, we got it right.
Even though it's too big, she has her water and a food, and then you might.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Well, you got to have that.
Name's Biscuit. She has it up. Big for your Valentine's going.
So you are the one getting credit for this project, right? Can you explain to me what percentage of work have you done on this project compared to your parents?
That is a great question.
I've done some of it.
By some, do you mean 90% or 10%? Is it closer to 90% or 10%? Okay, thank you. Can I ask you this real quick, just for the cameras here? Ma'am, whose idea was it to put this profane item on your dog house?
My mom thought it was a good idea.
This is the mom, by the way. Ma'am, do you have anything to comment about that? Real life. You
It's-
gotta love it.
it's
Ladies and
natural.
gentlemen, this is the big night, project night, due dates the next day. It's a competition, by the way. What's the prize? We don't know. Is there a prize? Probably not. But we have gone the extra mile anyway. So to all the parents out there working, struggling for project night, we're with you here in Central Alabama. I'm Andrew Kingsley for the Passages Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Oh,
Oh, that is awesome.
That's so great.
Well done, sir.
Wow,
Well done.
you're a pro. That's
oh,
awesome.
man.
I like it.
I have a few technical notes.
Okay.
Listen,
The
I'm ready.
first one is you need to take your AirPods out next time because they do an excellent job at noise
Ah.
cancellation, and you can't
Yes, they
hear
do.
people who are not attached to the AirPods. On the whole, though,
oh, that's unfortunate.
on the whole, he gets a yes from me.
Wonderful.
I'm a yes.
I'll take it.
I'm a yes.
That's two yeses.
Are we on American Idol?
That's two yeses.
It's a yes.
I'm hitting the golden buzzer. You're going to Hollywood.
I am shaking with excitement right now.
Oh,
this is fantastic.
We do need
Yep.
somehow we do need a remote from the ballpark at some point.
Absolutely.
As we get into ball season.
Wednesday nights, though.
I know that's going to be
Even
a
if you
problem.
have to
pre-record
record it.
something.
If you could
Yeah.
pre-record,
Hey.
if there's
Yeah.
any moment where it seems like somebody's getting thrown out of the ballpark, I need you to go live immediately.
Especially if it's Kana.
Yeah.
Especially.
We will, if that happens, I can promise you it will be video documented from at least 4 or 5 phones.
All right.
Guaranteed. I'll have multiple camera angles of that.
I have a question. Of the two of you,
Okay.
which parent is most vocal at the ball field?
It depends on the sport. If we're going for softball, baseball, easily Kana. That's
Okay,
her sport.
okay, yeah.
She knows what she's talking about.
Mhm.
If we're at the basketball court, though, I'm probably going to be the one speaking up a little more. But I don't like hollering at the refs. Like, I'm not going to be bad call for that age group. I don't even like doing it at high school games. But I will yell more positive encouragement to the kids, like close out, hands up, slide your feet.
Can we vote
Basketball,
again?
Though.
We need to take another vote. I'm a no. What do you mean you don't yell at the refs?
Tim and Jason could learn a few things from you.
It doesn't do you any good.
So we will still, Jason and I will still be the two passages members who are most likely to get kicked out of a ballpark.
Yes.
Or maybe get in a fight.
Yeah, I'm not going to pass you in that line, probably.
There were quite a few nights that we persecuted.
Luckily,
umpires.
those days are pretty much over for me, so I don't have to worry about it a whole lot. Well, man, that is awesome. You did a great job.
That's right. You added a lot to the
That's just
episode tonight.
A foretaste of what we're going to have in the future.
It is truly an honor to be considered and offered the position, and I am just incredibly happy to take it. I have been binge listening to this podcast for 2 or 3 months now. I listened to the first big chunk of it and then caught up pretty soon after the time Patrick came on the show, which it was good before, but I think I'm sure everybody would agree. It got
come on,
different level when Patrick joined. So I've been listening, and it's made somehow my Asheville Road FOMO much worse than it is just on a normal day-to-day basis.
You didn't think it could get any worse.
Well, I jumped in. There was one episode I was listening to. I was only like a week behind or 2 weeks behind. Y'all talked about Creed, and my name came up in the episode.
Yeah.
And that's when I really started thinking, all right, I got to find a way to, without being overbearing, insert myself into the fun that they're having without me. I've got to be a part of that.
Well, this is the reason we built the studio, is we're still trying to lure you back.
Yeah.
Now,
and we'll raise the stakes as high as they need to go. I don't know what we'll do next, but
we'll need to have our attorney get in touch with you. But if we put you on the logo, you're going to have to wear shorts with some bows on them.
Okay.
Just I can throw that out there.
Tim's been looking for a fit.
Yeah. That's just the price of initiation.
It is. That's the initiation.
We won't call it hazing, though.
The new guy has to wear the bow.
Yeah. And now we'll have two guys that have good hair in this thing.
Yeah.
You get two people with beautiful hair.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah.
Andrew has a lot of hair.
Yeah, it's like his hairline and his eyebrows meet.
Now there's a sacrifice.
Whatever I can get away with at work, I'm willing to go that far.
Sweet. Well, man, thank you so much.
Andrew.
That is great.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
Yep. See you guys.
Oh, that was awesome.
Good job getting that.
That is awesome,
that going, Patrick.
Well done.
Yeah.
I thought you had ADD or something, but you were just doing 7 things at once. He was switching the cameras around. He was over there.
While he was doing that, he played a video of his. That is impressive, Patrick. I mean, we knew that you were the closest thing to living AI that we know, but you just proved it tonight yet again.
No,
what do you think his caloric output is on one of these nights? I mean, he's probably burning.
Just from the brain alone, 4,000 calories.
I wish. Man,
That's
I
why I
wish.
can eat so many cookies.
Yeah.
No, I eat so many cookies because, first of all, they're made of love.
Right.
And second of all, love calories don't count. Calories made of love don't count.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like
scientific
eating air.
law.
Yeah. Never mind the fact that the scale reflects those calories later, but in the moment, they don't matter.
Yes, that is true.
And calories are made up. They're just some fabrication.
That's right.
Well, do we keep going?
I don't know.
You have something else for us?
Why don't you do your thing?
I can do my, okay.
Fire away.
Can you guys imagine $40 billion? Just in your head?
I hear billion all the time, but we're just inundated with billion, trillion. Yeah. But when you get down to what it actually is, the number, no, I can't fathom it.
Because let me make sure this is right. $1 billion is Is it 1,000 millions, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I have trouble wrapping my mind around 1 million.
Agree. Well, imagine making a colossal $40 billion mistake. A South Korean cryptocurrency exchange accidentally gave away more than $40 billion worth of Bitcoin to customers, briefly making those customers multimillionaires.
Briefly. So that means that
Keyword.
they take it back?
Give me a sec.
Oh, no.
It had planned to give customers small cash rewards of around 2,000 won, which is about $1.37. But instead, gave them 2,000 Bitcoin.
Ooh. Oops.
Yep. The platform, of course, apologizes for the error.
Which one were they going to give them?
Yeah, 2,000 of them.
Wow. Sorry,
So
I couldn't resist.
That's a whole lot of ones.
So they ran some kind of contest, and someone typoed something somewhere, and instead of 2,000 won, gave 2,000 Bitcoin.
Oh man!
Times several, I think 100, because they gave away 620,000 Bitcoin. Now, a Bitcoin, as of the moment that I'm about to look this up, as of this moment, is worth $67,000, just under $67,400
for one.
Today.
So, like right now,
and then tomorrow it might be $1.
In a minute, it'll be yes. Tomorrow it could be $1, but $67,000 times 620,000 is somewhere in the $44 billion range, I believe.
Wow!
And someone that is a horrible misunderstanding and a really funny one to me.
Can you imagine when they realized what they had done?
Yeah. I mean, first of all,
so they must have had the Bitcoin to back it up.
So it's a Bitcoin exchange, which probably means it's a Bitcoin exchange, maybe a little bit like a brokerage in the stock world. So you go to the exchange and you can buy and hold Bitcoin there, which means they're holding the Bitcoin on your behalf.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they probably had, I mean, they definitely did, because Bitcoin's not one of those sort of with the technical way it works, they had to have it if they sent it to people.
$44
billion with a B.
But they took it back.
Well, so they asked everyone who received a payout of Bitcoin to return the Bitcoin.
How fast would you have spent your Bitcoin? Boop, gone.
Now
it's gone.
Let me just be clear here. Bitcoin does not work like, I don't know, an ACH transaction or a credit card transaction where the bank can reverse it.
Okay.
When I send it to you, it is yours until you do something with it.
It's just almost like cash.
In that way, it's almost like cash, because the way Bitcoin wallets work, it's all, I mean, there's lots of mathematical algorithms here, but basically once a transaction is made, that transaction is done and there's no reversing it unless someone, returns the money. So it turns out that most people returned the money. And I'm going to just be real honest. I'm not sure I could bring myself to return. What's 2,000 times 67,000?
2,000 times 67,000? That's like 1.3 million, maybe?
Yeah. So you get 1.3 million in basically untraceable funds. Let's be real, y'all.
Just ask for it back.
Let's be real.
And that's all they could do is ask for it back?
That's all they could do.
Well, there's some good in this world.
There is.
That several people did. You said most people
Most people did. I was trying.
Where did this happen?
In South Korea.
So the South Koreans are
very honorable,
noble people.
Very honorable people.
You nailed it. Didn't you?
No, I did not nail it.
You nailed it. He came in a little short.
I did not nail it. That's $134 million.
What?
I might
Each
give
person
back.
got $134 million.
Give back $130 million.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest.
I'm going to charge him some interest.
Wow, what a mistake.
Yeah. And also
somebody got fired.
And also I'm with you. I like to think that I'm an honorable and upstanding person, but if what'd you say?
$134 million.
If $134 million dropped in my bank account and it was basically untraceable, I don't know, y'all. That would be
untraceable,
tough.
But they know who they are.
Well, they do, but
they didn't steal the money.
That's correct.
There would be negotiations to be had.
Yeah, that's too much money to just say, well, lost that.
I'd be like in Brewster's Millions when he had, how much time did he have in that movie to spend $1 million? I think
24 hours.
It was real short amount of time. I'd have been on. I'd have been like, I'm paying off this debt. I'm paying off this debt, and then I'd had nothing to give back.
All you would have to all you would have to do is just move it into another exchange's wallet, because you can. The way those work, and it's literally gone. It's untouchable, really, anyway. But it's kind of gone. I guess because if their exchanges work like the ones in the US do, they do know who you are because they report things to the to whatever their IRS is. But I don't know.
Is Bitcoin ever really going to be something that people use practically? Because this is a problem.
It is
a keystroke error, and you cost you $44 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's insane.
And I don't even understand how it works. How do you get money out?
I've been feeling like there's an opportunity to use the word fungible in here, but I feel like it would be a good place to use that word. I've always wanted to use it.
Fungible.
I don't know what it means. It has something to do with money.
I'm looking at it.
But I didn't know where to insert it.
Is that a typical?
That's like the South Korean dollar.
Okay. All right, so it's not like a
WON.
I was looking
mutually interchangeable.
I was looking up denominations of a Bitcoin, and so
no.
What it says.
I think Bitcoin will be one of those things that in the future will become more of a thing, but cash is king. I mean, the dollar bill or some denomination of that. I mean, that's
not very secure, though. If somebody can. I know it's highly encrypted and all that, but if somebody can make an error like that and not recover, I wouldn't deal with that currency anymore.
Yeah, they recovered 99.7%.
Oh, wow.
So the remaining 0.3%.
That's amazing.
Approximately 1,700 Bitcoin were not recovered.
I'm not throwing shade on the South Koreans, but there was more to it than just, please give this back to us. If they get recovered 99.7%.
This one article,
somebody was going to get disappeared if they didn't.
This one article that I'm now reading says through internal reverse operations.
Kim Jong-un.
Maybe something within the
North Korea.
Maybe, how many Bitcoins did North Korea own? I wonder.
Yeah.
Maybe something within the exchange itself allowed them to do some whatever this internal reverse operations is, but still. For the people who were paying attention and got it out of that wallet, I mean,
so they got back 99.7 and still lost $113,900,000.
Incredible.
That's a lot of money.
Only 113 million, Tim.
Only.
Those numbers are so unreal. I mean,
that's crazy.
Like I can't wrap my head around those. I have a hard time with professional athletes, like with what they make per at bat or per game. I can't imagine that kind of, I don't know. It's just.
Jason, you mentioned earlier that if you had been one of these people who got the $134 million, that you would have put it on a couple of debts and then would have told them that it's all gone.
Yeah.
You have $134 million worth of debt.
Feels like it sometimes, Tim. It does feel like it sometimes.
Here's a.
I mean, this lifestyle doesn't have me. I mean, I'm wearing an Ariat shirt,
yes,
Tim. Okay,
okay. Yes,
let me put this in perspective. 40 billion seconds ago was around the year 758 AD. 40 billion seconds ago.
Billion seconds.
That's we get so used to these words. Billion, trillion, that we don't think about it anymore. But that's a lot of dollar bills.
But so like Elon.
So our national debt, if you go back in seconds, that's like creation.
Yeah. Yes.
Or before that.
What is Elon's net worth? Or what's his
600
worth?
billion?
He's getting close to a trillion.
He's headed toward $1 trillion,
Yeah.
right? He's headed toward $1 trillion.
And doesn't
dollars.
Tesla owe him?
Tesla's trying to pay him $1 trillion, but
dollars. Yeah.
they're
approximately 852 billion.
852.
Yeah.
see that number change. I've heard
It changes.
The last year, I've heard 400, 600.
that's
They're throwing
he
100
had a
billion.
good week in the
Stock
market.
values go up and down.
His net worth is not cash. It's stock and
property,
company values. So here's another perspective thing. $1 billion in $1 bills. 10 tons.
You'd be like Scrooge McDuck. You could just swim in that vault.
Yeah, $1 billion in $1 bills stacked on top of each other. 358,510 feet.
That's like all the way to the moon.
Yep. Laid out side by side.
I'm just kidding.
24 square miles.
Laid out end to end, wraps around the world
24
14
square
times.
miles.
Yeah.
Yep. If you converted into quarters, 1.5 Olympic-sized swimming pools of quarters makes $1 billion.
Good night.
Well,
that's a lot of quarters.
30. So our debt is 36 trillion, right?
Mm-hmm.
36 trillion seconds ago takes us back to 1,140,000 years ago.
So
landing
before
roughly
creation.
in the middle Pleistocene epoch.
Yeah, or
around
pre-creation.
1.14 million years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, pre-creation.
Man,
Yeah. When there was a faceless void.
Yes. When there was only God.
Yeah.
36. So when we going to pay the national debt off?
As soon as we take more Bitcoin from the South Koreans.
Well,
True.
Right. If you had been one of these people and had to pay taxes on this, you would have been part of paying it off.
Yeah.
You got a little chunk.
Yeah.
One little chunk
So
of that
what's the
trillion.
national debt? 38 trillion?
36 trillion.
Okay.
What's a
trillion?
I think
rounding
that's
error.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
I mean, tomorrow it could be
who knows?
40 trillion.
Right. What are you calculating over there?
I'm just trying to see. So 36 trillion. It would take that company making the same mistake 818 times to pay off the national debt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I got this shining nickel. You know, I miss my kids being little. They'd have $1. I'd have a quarter. I'd be like, you want this shiny coin? And they'd always trade the dollar. Now they don't do that. It's just not.
So
they're just gotten smarter.
Have they ever asked you for
Taylor's first?
for their stash of?
Well, the tooth fairy money, that's a different time, different story.
Do they know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the story is that
Oh,
whenever
no, we gotta.
if
you know,
you
we
will
got
subscribe to our pay
after
feed,
hours. Yeah.
Passages
I'm protecting,
after dark.
I'm protecting some of those out there listening.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. All right. I think it's time for a
We
break.
might need to
I
just
really
cut
do.
that whole
I
part.
really do think we need to take a break right now. We'll be right back.
We'll be back. You just said it. Sorry.
We'll be back.
Together.
I had
I
I wanna say it.
I
We'll
had
be back.
started saying it, but I was a little behind. Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2. We'll be back.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, passengers. It is time for our passage tonight. And tonight's quotation comes from Paulo Coelho in his book, The Alchemist. And here it is, real short. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. I get the whole, when one door closes, another opens out of this, as long as you're willing to walk through the next door. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but it makes me think about watching out for those blessings that that come into your life that you might otherwise pass by. You got to have your eyes open looking.
Yeah, you're not spoon fed.
Yeah,
your blessings.
What's the curse? I know what I think it is, but what do y'all think the curse is? I may be
missed
totally wrong.
opportunities.
I think it's regret. The regret of knowing you had a chance to do something or you had this blessing and you squandered it. I think about things in my life that I had opportunities to make better decisions on and there were better choices, but there were blessings that I ignored. And that regret can turn to shame, and that can just be a real big curse on you just because you didn't take a blessing and understand the blessing. You kind of took a blessing for granted, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of when I heard this quote was it just sounds a lot like a blessing ignored becomes regret.
Yeah.
And probably resentment even. I think it could become resentment because if somebody else, if there's a blessing there, or like you were saying, doors of opportunity, and you don't take it, somebody else might, which can lead to resent. I don't know. Those are the two things I thought of. Good night.
I think regret and resentment are sort of hand in hand a lot of the times. You regret whatever you're regretting, but then there's probably a cold side, like a side dish of resentment always coupled with regret.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Is this the moral of the parable of the talents? Especially the one talent man.
Well, it definitely became a curse for him.
He had a blessing. He ignored it. He was cursed. That seems to be the point of the story. We got blessings all around us. The truth is, we ignore probably the lion's share of the blessings that are showered on us. Mm-hmm. When we pray, we ignore them. When we don't take opportunities, we ignore them. We ignore them in all sorts of ways. And I'm trying to decide if curse is a little strong. I don't think it is. I think it's fine. Not that Coelho asked me, but as long as we know that there is a way to reverse the curse, or better put, to redeem the curse, to take all those missed opportunities, neglected blessings, all that ingratitude, and work it into a new creation through Christ.
And start fresh. That's the picture of repentance, right? Repentance is turning away from one behavior, making an about face, and headed back towards a positive behavior. So you're ignoring those blessings, repentance in that, and kind of redemption from that curse through that repentance is starting to look for what blessings you have. And it's interesting. You see what you look for, right? Mm-hmm. If you're looking for blessings, you will see them out there. If you're looking for curses, you'll see those too. I think it's really easy when you ignore blessings and they become a curse to live in that feeling of, I'm going to say regret. I like it better than curse, but that feeling of regret or remorse and kind of getting yourself down, defeated. I'm a victim. And you just, that's a great term. You wallow like a pig in the slop or a pig in the mire. You just live in it and you coach yourself in it. And that makes that whole repentance picture even harder. I mean, it's hard to become clean from that. And that's the power of Christ. I mean, he gives us that ability to do that.
When I see the word ignored in this, it seems to imply when you ignore something, that's like an active decision, right? You're making, there's purpose behind it, maybe a little bit different than, say, a missed opportunity where, there are things that maybe you're just sort of oblivious to and it just passes you by and you miss out on something because of that. The idea of having a blessing that's ignored might also bring with it, hey, I realize I've got this blessing here and I am making a purposeful decision that, I'm not taking advantage of it, or I'm not appreciating it the way that I should. And maybe there's a little difference between those two things, right? Just sort of the missed opportunity, because those kind of, there are things that maybe pass us by every day that we just miss out on, right? But maybe the thing that's a curse is that cognizant, I've got these blessings and I'm taking them for granted, or I'm not appreciating them the way that I should. And because of that, it becomes a curse. And just like you guys said, it has to do with the ideas of all the regrets that we can have because we haven't appreciated things the way that we should.
I think you hit the context nail on the head there. In The Alchemist, I think the main character's name is Santiago. He's a shepherd boy, I think. And this was spoken by a crystal merchant in the story. And in the wider quotation, it specifically talks about willfully ignoring the blessing. So you even, that's even worse, right? You recognize that it's there, whatever it is, and you're just like, I'm good. And
it's not just not noticing the blessing.
Right.
I think we started out, Jason and I, talking about unnoticed blessings, but ignored is deliberate.
At the risk of going along here, maybe the passage here would help if you want to hear the rest of it.
Sure.
So it says, "You have been a real blessing to me," the merchant talking to Santiago. "Today, I understand something I didn't see before. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. I don't want anything else in life, but you are forcing me to look at wealth and at horizons I have never known. Now that I've seen them, and now that I see how immense my possibilities are, I'm going to feel worse than I did before you arrived, because I know the things I should be able to accomplish, and I don't want to do so." So there at the end, he's saying, I see them, I know what's possible, and I'm just going to sit here and be regretful, uncomfortable, whatever's going on there.
So he's talking about squandered potential.
Yeah.
I know what needs
this
to be done.
relationship showed him potential, and now he's miserable because he was happy in his mediocrity
or ignorance,
and now he knows that he could be so much more.
So he's going to do the same thing.
He doesn't want to do the work for it.
He's going to do the same thing at the end, but he's going to feel bad about it.
He's different now.
Well, and part of that curse is that knowledge that you did have an opportunity, that you did have a blessing, and that you just chose to, intentionally made the decision, just let it go.
Right.
That's I don't know. I don't know if it's a perfect example, but I think about rich man and Lazarus. The rich man gets up to paradise or wherever, and he's lamenting.
He didn't go to paradise.
Well, not paradise. He's in Hades.
Torment
Across the chasm from Lazarus, and he is regretting not have helping people out, and he's like, please send somebody to my family to warn them that they need to be basically paying attention to the blessings or being a blessing to someone else. And I guess it's God in this situation says, well, they got the law and the prophets. They're not going to listen to them. They're not going to listen to anybody else. And it's that horrible feeling of it could have been different.
Yeah.
And I chose, like they said in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, he chose poorly.
He sure did. That's a great analogy, because in that Lazarus is the blessing.
He is.
And what I really liked about the context, I'm glad you read that, is if I had the characters right, Santiago was the blessing. A person was the blessing.
Yeah.
And he recognizes that. But Santiago was somebody who changed him, and the circumstances completely the same, but there was the time before he met this person and then the time after. Time after, he's miserable because his eyes were open to his potential. And we need to put ourselves in front of people like that who change us and open our eyes to our own potential. People who challenge us. And I think sometimes we shy away from people like that because not so sure we want to step out there into the unknown and stretch ourselves. We get to a point, at middle age, and we're comfortable and we got our routines that we like. And so, nobody come in here and mess it up. But that is your blessing when somebody comes in and says, you can do more, or gives you an opportunity to be more.
And along with that, when we think of blessings, I know in my mind, the first thing that popped in when we read this passage about blessings, it was not people. It was either stuff or opportunities.
That's what I was thinking about.
And so often, the biggest blessings, I would say, not just so often, probably every blessing, every time, the biggest blessings in our life are people. The people that we associate with, the friendships, the ones that challenge us, the ones that hold us accountable. And I think it's interesting that in that context, and then talking about rich man and Lazarus, that the blessing was the person, and that person, that relationship was not acted upon.
Right.
And so there's lost opportunity. And how many times am I out looking for where's my blessing? And I'm thinking it's going to be financial, business opportunities, physical things, tangible things. And some of the biggest blessings we have in our lives, we associate with at church, we associate with in our day-to-day lives. They're the people around us that challenge us to be better, that challenge us to be Christ-like, that challenge us to look inside ourselves and think, man, I wish I was a little bit better, or I wish I was like that person a little bit more. I wish I had that type of maturity or that type of spiritual thought or heart or whatever. And we don't even think about people as those blessings from time. I don't. Just hearing you say that the people is the blessing, that really sparked that when I think of blessings, I'm thinking about what can you give me? What can I get that's going to make things better? It's not who's God put in my life. And that's the real blessing. That's the importance of community of church, right?
That's right.
You made me think about in the business world, they talk a lot about it's not what you know, it's who you know. And your relationships will take you further. Of course, in the business world, that usually equates to money and some, things like that, benefits, stuff like that. But I think it carries in the rest of life too, that it's not what you know, it's who you know, because, you might find somebody who can help you with something, a thing you're struggling with. I don't know, something simple like a house project, and somebody knows how to do some light plumbing or whatever. Or you might find somebody who's gone through something you're going through and can listen to you, not be judgmental, kind of take you further through whatever that is. Mm-hmm. That's kind of deep and a little morbid,
true.
But morbid, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think about it that way.
Yeah.
And that phrase comes to mind.
Yeah. That's a good one. And I have an email folder at work that I call good stuff. And I have over the years stored off a lot of people's last email
with their contact info in it,
that they send with their contact info. And it happens less now than it did. In a lot of cases, people leave more abruptly than they used to. And sometimes it's not under the best circumstances, but people would, write something fairly substantive about their career and almost to a person, everybody said, it wasn't about the work. It was about the people.
Right.
And on my last day here, I'm not thinking about the projects and the accomplishments. I'm thinking about all the people. And, and that's in probably the most material setting that any of us are a part of. But it really is, at the end of the day, the fulfillment of work is so much about, and of life is about the relationships that we build. because all the other stuff eventually falls away. But it's people, it's the people that make it worthwhile.
Well, and there's nothing physically in our life that's going to get us to heaven, but there's people in our lives that will help us get to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. That was a good one. I like it when it comes from when the quotation comes from a book that at least one of us has read. We've accomplished that 2 weeks in a row. Maybe we'll go for 3 next week. Are we getting together next week? We'll talk about that offline. There's coming up.
Is something going on next week?
You're going to be gone sometime
in March.
Oh, you're way ahead on that. Okay. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Well, look, I know it's a good thing to talk about because we got to let people know if we're going to take a break.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they send out search and rescue.
They do.
And
where's the podcast?
Yeah, and I don't want to have to make another apology video, y'all.
No.
That's right. We don't want to have to do that again.
But I will. No.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to be missed.
I will if I have to.
I tell you
it is
that.
nice
It is.
to be. Yeah.
It feels good because we know we're doing this for people. We're doing this for a purpose.
And I do want to say, I had someone come up to me tonight and pay a really kind compliment. And it's cool. I think we could sit in a room and talk about stuff like this all day long and have no listeners. But it's really cool when people that listen come up and say, hey, I really liked what you had to say there. Or I think y'all's podcast is just whatever. The compliments, it's just neat. It's a part of it. I don't know that I ever expected.
Mm-hmm.
I just use this as a good reason to sit in a room with good friends and laugh and cut up. And I don't know, it's just a cool thing.
I'm amazed that I'm still learning new things about you. I thought I knew everything about you, but I had no idea you once were a gooseberry bush.
I've been holding that story close to the heart for years and years. I think that may be the first public telling of that.
I think we broke ground tonight, Jason.
Mm-hmm. We did. Next time I'll get the couch in here where I can lay back while I'm talking. Just move the mic over.
Change the camera angle.
Yeah. Since I showed y'all a video of my similar experience, I'm going to talk to your mom.
Oh, I talked to him before they left tonight. If I can get any footage now, it's on VHS. So how we get it for VHS?
We will send that off and have that digitized. But don't you worry.
If I can, get a hold of it,
deep.
I will share it because it'll do me good. Because I have a lot of insecurities, and that's something I was insecure about at the age of 5. So it was good to talk about it.
Yeah.
And if anyone brings me a felt leave, I might punch you in the nose. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, check us out.
Gooseberry pie.
Check us out on YouTube at The Passages Podcast. And while you're there, subscribe.
Smash
that subscribe button. Also on Instagram, The Passages Podcast. We update things. Sometimes we put quotes that you can share. There's all kinds of ways to spread the word. Just keep telling people about us. Our audience is slowly, gradually growing. And that's the way we like it. So we want people to benefit from what we're doing here. So share it. That's the best way you can help us out. And stay tuned. There's more to come on Passages.
With